Hey there, Don Wilson here. First and foremost, thank you very much for your time. I know you're busy, so I'm going to get right into it. Today, I'm going to show you a review video of a course that I truly believe is going to change a lot of people's lives, and that's for two reasons. One, the level of the content in the course is insane. I haven't seen a course that has this level of strategies and targeting that are unique all year, in a very, very, very long time. And two, the opportunity here is crazy. There's maybe a tenth of as many advertisers in the EU. There's way more customers in the EU. There's the potential to scale and the potential to hit all this low-hanging money in the EU because nobody's advertising over there and there's more consumers to actually sell to. You just have to know how to properly advertise over there, how to set things up so you can succeed. So make sure and understand the gravity of this opportunity. It is huge. Very few times do you get a chance to get in on something before the rest of the world kind of saturates it, and this is one of those times. So check out this video. Basically, the course is called EUCOMSYSTEM. It's from two friends of mine, Dan Nikas and Luke. I can't say Luke's last name because it's a real long Dutch last name that I can't pronounce, but they're very good guys. They've been doing this stuff for years, not just 1 year, years with an S. They've been selling in the EU for over 2 years. They've got a complete system. Every nook and cranny is completely systemized because they've been doing this for a very long time. This isn't a group of people that just came and put out a course. This is the fact that their stuff's been working so long and so well that they had to teach this as a course. And I actually pushed them to put this into a system and a course. So these guys are proven, and I'm just going to go ahead and take you in here. So this course starts out, it's very easy to digest. You can get going right into it. There's a welcome video, shows you how to digest this depending on whatever skill level you're at. So if you're launching your first campaign ever and you want to do it in the EU, it'll take it, you can start doing this course just like that. If you're a skilled veteran, I know several of the top PPC marketers out there right now, and when I talk about the EU, they're like, oh wow, I never thought about that. I probably missed hundreds of thousands of dollars. And yeah, you did. So let me go ahead and get right into it. There's a welcome video. There's the US versus the EU. It kind of explains the opportunity, explains the differences, because in the US, Facebook buys data. The targeting is a little bit easier. You go to brands, celebrities, magazines, journals, things like that. It's much more difficult in the EU. Finding these different things are difficult. You have to translate some of the actual targeting into different languages, and understanding how to do that is part of this course. So they're going to take you through niche and product selection. They sell on GearBubble, they sell on Teespring EU, but mainly where they sell right now is they use their own Shopify brands. They've got brands throughout all of the EU, mainly focused in the UK. But they drop ship from GearBubble. They do everything basically on their Shopify store, and they're going to teach you all these different pieces. They've done some really huge campaigns. There's a Viking one here showing you how to research your niche. They're going to talk about how to basically get all kinds of products out there. They sell pretty much anything. They sell on-demand products, they sell source products, they've got fulfillment providers in the EU, they've got everything that you'd possibly need to build a real brand, because that's what they're doing. You can probably see in this video here, because they show you how to basically go in, pick a niche, go in, test products, get good offers on there, and then down here I'm gonna show you into the actual targeting stuff, because this section right here of targeting is absolutely mind-blowing. So they set you up with all the basics, how to get started in the EU, how to get pages translated, how to pick Shopify stores. You can get free themes that have the proper currency on them. You can get free themes that are already translated into all the different languages. Then all you have to do is translate your descriptions. They've got resources and different things for that. And then you got to start targeting in the EU, and you can start selling there almost immediately. So designing and testing products, finding Facebook interest. This video right here will kind of introduce you how to translate different interests and terms, how to properly use audience insights to find random little pockets of interest in the different countries, because it's much harder to do. Then you can build off those interests, and you can get audiences up to hundreds of thousands in size, maybe millions in size, depending if you're doing male or female. This video will take you by the hand and basically show you how to find any interest for anything that you're already targeting in the US, and do it in the EU, do it in the UK, because it's quite different. Now this video right here is pretty cool. It's sublimation all over printing designs. And some of the stuff that they sell, they have a site called Biker Booth and a site called Shamrock Stars. I've actually bought the shirts that are in this. They sell them all over the EU, they sell them all over the UK. And the prints on these, they're insane. They look absolutely stunning. And everyone I show them to are like, man, that's a badass shirt. And really, it is amazing. They have great offers, they have great shirts. They sell mugs, they sell necklaces, they sell t-shirts, they sell all over prints, they sell source necklaces. They sell pretty much everything. So that's the cool part about the systems. It works everywhere. They're going to show you how to find fulfillment centers in the EU. They've got a list of contacts. Oh, and on this thing, the cool part of this, is there's a printer that they use that's focused in the EU that only accepts people based on application. Luke's good friends with him. He's not only got you guaranteed to be accepted into the program so you can sell these exact same type of designs with quick delivery, but he gets you into the tier 2 of pricing. So I calculated up, it's like $1.50 to $2 extra per unit selling these things in the EU by being in tier 2. So that's a pretty cool hookup for anybody that buys into this. You're going to get guaranteed approval to be able to actually get these on your sites, and you're going to get tier 2 access. So if you sell like 1,000, 2,000 of these, you're going to make $2, $3, $5,000 more in profit. So it's a really cool hookup if you're into the all over sublimation printing. And then again, they're going to help you find your fulfillment center. Grab a sip of water. They give you contact emails, give you a list of fulfillment centers, everything that's based in the EU, finding the correct suppliers. They sell a lot of jewelry and different things as well. Setting up your store, setting up free themes, making sure that everything works for the currency. It's really easy to do, but you just have to know exactly what themes to use, how to test your themes, how to make sure that they're actually properly done for all the international sales, and they go through all that in the videos. Now here's the meat and potatoes. Here's the awesome stuff, and this is where Dan kind of hops in here and he starts to make me look like an amateur advertiser. I'm just being honest here. They have a very, very cool system because the biggest hurdle is that Facebook doesn't buy all that third-party data in the EU. They have a little bit, but it's not like in the USA where you have all these different things, you've got all these behaviors. That's why most of those options as they roll out to the US first, not because they hate people everywhere else, but that's because we've got the most data, that's where people are advertising the most. Clearly, that's where the saturation is because that's where everybody asks is already advertising. So they have ways, Eurovision is really cool, but basically Dan is a master at lookalike audiences. He uses very advanced strategies. It's very methodical. When you start to go through this, you'll see, wow, he really knows each and every nook and cranny. He knows how to properly build lookalike audiences, how to properly run multiple lookalike audiences against each other, how to match up that data so you're never conflicting and never competing against your own ads in the audience network. And there's certain ways you have to do it. I don't do this. This works in the US, it works all over the world. I'm not as good as Dan is at these lookalike audiences, no doubt. And he's got ways to layer them together. He's got advanced lookalike audience strategies. I can't really tell you too much that's in here. You just have to see it for yourself. He's got really sneaky ways of building massive lookalike audiences that just plain convert. He has lookalike audiences that are wide open, brought to the 10 percentile. If you don't do lookalikes, you probably don't know what that is, but it's a massive deal to be able to get lookalike audiences out to the 10 percentile and get them to continue to convert into sales. It's crazy. Dan's really, one of the best in the world at lookalike audiences, hands down, no doubt about it. Now, here's a cool part of a system that they've pioneered, I believe, that I've seen people talk about it theoretically, but I've never seen someone do it, pull it off strategically, and it's part of their system. Now, the big thing is, like you said, Facebook doesn't buy data. They have a really awesome system that they use to basically take a small little seed interest, run a video to it, which you can kind of see a thumbnail of one here. The video is a certain way. The video is done the exact same way for every single niche. There's a certain type of bidding strategy, and what you do is you build an audience off this video, then you take all of Dan's lookalike strategies, and all of a sudden it doesn't matter what country you're in. All you have to do is find one interest to start. Do this Eurovision system. You had to break it up into 2 videos because it's just so good. And you'll start to build out audiences of buyer-related people that are looking at your items that want to buy them. You remove all the people that are just engagers, and you're only getting people that are buyers, super heavy focused on your actual products that they want to buy from you. So I've never seen anybody successfully pull this off. I've seen people talk about it theoretically, but they do it, and they do it every single day. They've got lookalike audiences out to 10%. They've basically destroyed the objection that you don't have to have a lot of data in the EU, and that's why they've done massive numbers, is because they've got this stuff systemized. They also grow their assets on here. There's some videos on growing your assets on Facebook, growing your assets on Instagram, and then we get to the juicy stuff, case studies. Sorry, I had to get some water. Now, one of the ones they got here is they're taking a proven US campaign and they're scaling it to Europe, and they're scaling it big. I don't know if you can see inside this thumbnail, probably not, but they've sold this on like 3 different platforms all over the US, the EU, the UK, pretty much everywhere. And I think they've sold, if you can look at the screenshot, it's 8,904 units. Total sales is 158,178. Maybe that was revenue or profit. I don't quite remember exactly. But the campaign is massive, and it's scaled from country to country to country, to platform to platform to platform. And Dan's going to take you in, show you how he did that, how he built the lookalike audiences, how they ran that campaign over time. And if I'm not mistaken, they have like an 80-90% ROI for 16 months with that campaign. That's what I was talking about. These people aren't new at this. They've been doing it for a long time. And that's why the EU is so powerful. That's why they're able to scale a campaign and keep it successfully running for 16 months, because they're the only ones running the campaign, and there's not 16 people knocking off the design in the EU. Another one, this is a campaign you might have seen. It was big on Teespring in the US. Dan and Luke really went hard on this and scaled it all over the world. You can possibly see by the thumbnail. This is only awesome moms get hugged a lot, and then it's got the prints on the back of it. Same thing with papas, dads, moms, nanas, and in every different language, every different country. And it's scaled, I don't remember the exact amount of units that it's scaled. Let me see if I got it in my notes here. I don't have it in my notes, but I believe it was 5,239 hoodies just on the English mom version. Then there was a Nana version, then there was a Papa version, then there was every single different language in every single different country. And I know they made over $1,800,000 in profit. I don't remember the exact sales metrics, but you get to see all the different variations, how they came about it, how they tackled it. And it's just very eye-opening how much we're missing by not going after the EU. Here's another case study they did where they basically layered out a bunch of different designs. And I think they sold 2,100 plus units by scaling a campaign from country to country and language to language to language. It was a small campaign. They sold, like 300, 400, I think. And then they went from country to country to country, and all of a sudden over time it was 2,103 sales. This video right here is almost an hour long. Where it shows how to take some of the top campaigns and some random campaigns like the Mantra necklace that was JD's, how to scale these from country to country, how to go get them translated for dirt cheap real quick. And it dives deep. This is a really awesome video. It's Dan just getting to work for an hour. I think it's like 55 minutes, showing you the in and out of how to go get these audiences, how to go get these interests, how to plug away an audience insights, and you get to watch him do it in real time. It's watching a master at work, so that you can go out there and do the same thing as well. That's not all. They have actual resources. They've got translations. You may have seen the pre-sale video that we did where it was a German translation, but these guys have everything systemized. They have their ads translated. They've got the descriptions on their Shopify page translated. They've got everything completely translated so that if you have anything in the US, just boom, it's in the EU. And you can just start in the EU and the UK because there's a lot less competition as well. They have absolutely everything. And the reason they have that is because this is how they make their money. And this is how they've been making their money for years. So I hope you see the opportunity here. It's massive. I haven't seen an opportunity like this to put in front of you in a very, very long time. So hopefully invest in this course. It is $997, which is very easy to get a return on because one campaign will massively get a lot more profit than that. Absolutely no problem at all. So you have any winners in the US, boom, take the system, start scaling them. You'll see an ROI very, very fast. And if you're still struggling, you can get a very good ROI in here because this is a place that you need to be because nobody's advertising over here. The likelihood of success is at least 10 times higher because there's less than 10% of the amount of advertisers over here and more consumers, and it's hot because there's not that many people over there. So once you learn how to do it, you're going to be scaling to the moon, and you're going to be seeing a lot of success. So again, this is $997, very easy investment. We could charge a lot more for this course because it's millions of dollars in proof, and the system's never been taught before. So I think that you'll see the value there. Hopefully you see the opportunity because I truly believe this is life-changing. Their lookalike audience strategies that also work in the US are absolutely insane. I've never seen someone actually teach lookalike audiences on the level they do. No one else is better at teaching you commerce in the EU than these guys. This is a no-brainer. You have to get in on this. Click the button below. Join us. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. I absolutely know from the bottom of my heart that this is going to change a lot of lives, and you need to get on this. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you click the button and invest in this opportunity, and I hope you have a great day.